G'day there, Guardians. I'm going to try something different this week and do a vendor weapon roll for you as has been requested. I told you I would do it, so here it is. This week we're going to start at the Vanguard Quartermaster and have a look at a couple of weapons that he's got. He has this Angel's Advocate just here, the Scout Rifle, with a pretty decent roll. It starts off with Firefly here, handy in PvE, not as great in PvP, and is a little bit buggy still, but still quite a handy perk, with Small Ball giving you an increased range, well, a boost to range and also a boost to stability. That's the more important one there. You could have high cal rounds here, which is handy in PvP as well to stagger your enemies. Small Ball quite handy, or the high cal, so not a bad mid-tree here. Rodeo increases the severity of the weapon's recoil. Now this tends to be more of a side-to-side stability reduction, but Rodeo is a very handy perk if you're running the top three here. Rodeo with Small Bore and Firefly, quite a handy PvE type of a roll, although don't forget you lose a bit in the mag size, or PvP high cal rounds to get that stagger and cross map if you like. I quite like that run just there, and you have either the MD Reflex, the Focus Lens FLA 5, which gives you a bit more to range. You can see that range boost and also boost your target acquisition. It's a bit of aim assist booster there, or OEG gives you a bit of improved handling, slightly improved optics it says there in the little tool tip, but my bet here would probably be either a Focus Lens or MD Reflex sight with the Rodeo, high cal rounds and Firefly. He's also got this disassembly required if you're a rocket launcher fan. It's quite a PvP type of a roll with grenades and horseshoes, which isn't as effective as it used to be, but the rockets detonate with proximity to targets. Still can be handy if there's a player just near, say, a corner, or they've just jumped down from something or jumping sideways. Without tracking, you can get that to explode or detonate about a meter away from your opponent, whereas grenades and horseshoes used to proc about 1.5 meters away. It's also got perfect balance, which is completely wasted in my opinion on a rocket launcher, but instead we'd use this heavy payload to increase that blast radius and try and get as many enemies as possible. If trials were still around, Last Resort would be handy on this particular weapon, but it's not because it finished last night. Battle Runner, on the other hand, kills with this weapon grant a brief boost to sprint's top speed, so you might be able to get a kill with a rocket, sprint somewhere, get another kill and sprint away. That's very handy as well. And of course, confined launch and soft launch gives you that increased velocity, very handy on a rocket, or hard launch gives you slightly less velocity but increases that blast radius. Combined with heavy payload, you're getting close to maxed blast radius there. Personally, I'd probably go with soft launch and heavy payload, Battle Runner, and of course grenades and horseshoes on this particular weapon. Now we move to the Crucible Quartermaster. He's got a couple of things. I hope you like scout rifles, because the hero formula is also on my list with a very similar roll to the Angel's Advocate. Rodeo, it's got armor piercing or small bore again, and reactive reload this time instead of Firefly, where reloading grants after a weapon kill, that is, grants a damage bonus for a short time. We also have in the scopes MD Reflex, similar scope here, the ranged lens RLR5 precision scope, superb effective range, heavy with poor recoil control. So you can see there, if I just slide down a little bit, stability drops off, range is given a boost, but the reload also takes a little bit of a hit there, and handling actually takes quite a significant hit, which you can't see there. I mean, it does say poor recoil control. Handling takes quite a sizable hit, about a 10-point hit with that particular scope. OEG, on the other hand, improves handling slightly and gives you better optics. That's not a bad scope for that weapon either. We've also got the each new day fusion rifle if you're a fusion rifle fan. Hot Swap makes this, I mean, it starts off with pretty decent stats. Range is not superb, but is pretty good for a fusion rifle. We've got impact right up there. Charge rate isn't bad either. When we add in Hot Swap, we get a bonus period of accuracy. Perfect balance increases that stability quite significantly, which is really, really handy on a fusion rifle. Or you could run, alternatively, rifled barrel to boost that range right up to rival Saladin's Vigil and some of those Ash Ravens that I actually have sitting in my vault with insane amounts of range. Obviously, reload takes a bit of a hit there, but not as important with 6 runs in the magazine, 6 of those bolts in the mag. Knee pads slide further while the weapon is equipped. I don't use this very often. In fact, I don't use it at all, but a lot of other people find it very, very effective. If you happen to be a slide shooter, slide shotgunner, slide fusion rifle player, then that would be handy for you to stay at a lower level and not get hit as much, or alternatively replenish where your mag is refilled whenever you pop your super. If you get your super quite regularly, that can be handy as well. With the scopes on this one, MD Reflex, the Red Dot Aura, or the OEG, you've got a pretty good grouping of scopes to pick from there. MD Reflex is quite a handy one with significantly improved handling, so it boosts that weapon handling stat. I would probably personally run with that, but some of you might prefer the Red Dot Aura or the OEG. If you do, pop that in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. And for those sidearm fans, Hideous has the Impeacher 5, or the Impeacher V if you don't know how to read Roman numerals, with a pretty great sure shot scope here. The best scope in my opinion that you can get. Steady hand or quick draw, but sure shot is the go. It does have a slight reduction in stability, if you can see that just at the top there, and a slight boost in reload, but it gives you the best target acquisition that you can get with excellent handling. It's definitely the go for any weapon you can get that on. Armor piercing rounds or snapshot, my preference here would be snapshot to increase the aim down sights, so you can almost aim instantly down sights with that. Fitted stock, you can see there, gives quite a boost to stability. Or Zen Moment, when you do damage, it increases stability. That's a great perk. It's actually quite a good tree, that one, in terms of stability. You could either run fitted stock to get that permanent boost, or when you do damage, to proc Zen Moment, doing increasing your stability with that. Zen Moment's probably the way to go, along with Snapshot. Reactive reload is very handy on something like a sidearm. Reloading again with after a kill gives you bonus damage. If you've got multiple targets in close proximity, you take one down, you're able to reload and get around a corner and take another one down. You'll do that bonus damage and drop a few people quickly with that magazine. Very, very handy perk. They are the top 5 for me this week. Thank you to Minor Topcat for his input as well. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below. That's it again. If you've got any differences, or you think that there are better weapons out there, please pop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to think. Hope you got something out of this video, Guardians. It is my first weapon roll video, so if you'd like it in a different format, or you've got some comments on some things, this is the top 5 this week. I thought I'd go with top 5. Thanks for watching, Guardians. I'll see you next time.